In my last video, I shared with you a very tanky bull build, but the build had one big problem, and that was the damage on Ubers. But I fixed that without big investment. What's up guys, Pijet here. Let's see what things we changed since last time. First, and the very eye-catching thing is our signal target choice is changed. In my previous video, I used lighting arrow with barrage support, but it felt clunky and my character was locked in place for the attack duration, because we have many extra projectiles, and if we pairing with barrage, your attack time will be longer, and it can cause many problems against Uber bosses, because we can move out if we need it. Our new signal target ability is barrage. You attack repeatedly with your bow, and this attack has random return speed. This is why I'm standing still near the boss, so other projectiles can hit the same target. With this little change we almost double the signal target damage, but I'm not only using barrage, we're using an old quality Phantasma version. This is helping us increase the blitter, scorch and the sept effect on the boss, so we can easily reach 3 or 4%, which is huge critical chance increase. I will be honest here, this is my first attack skill build in 2 years that is not poison or trap. So I forgot about the little pride timeless javel with double damage mod, but one of my viewers mentioned it, so I put in practice his idea. Double damage is really great for inflict even higher brittle and scorched on the enemy, and with the old quality barrage making an extremely good combo. The other big change, I dropped the cluster for another one, because we no longer use elemental skill in our signal target setup, so the corrosive elements would not work in this build. Still using the interrogation javel so we can get the secret of suffering keystone. Also I changed my watcher eye. From now I'm using increased attack damage while affected by precision, and I'm still using while affected by purity of lighting. You take percentage of the physical damage as lighting. This javel cost me 200 chaos, which is really good price for an upgrade, right? There was a much better than that. It had attack speed as well, but it costed 14 divine, so I didn't bought that, because maybe you guys think otherwise the build don't work or something, so I go with the cheaper version. Other big change is I leveled to 100, but I feel like it was unnecessary, because we can take more meaningful damage nodes, so I only got 2 life nodes. I would say it was not worth for the time, just looks good on my character selection. Also, it was a challenge, so maybe it was worth, but you don't need level 100 to complete any harder boss fight, so don't worry about it. I made a few changes in the item section. I recrafted my gloves with more spell suppression, so I could drop the suppression from implicits, and now I can use the convert to cold damage from Ether of Words, because if we deal more cold damage we can inflict bigger brittle effect. Simple as that. The other changes in this side, I'm using now the gain rage when you hit with an attack. Of course I know you can have big rage numbers here, but I only set it to 10 in PoB, so if you get more rage on a boss fight, your damage will be much better than you see in the PoB. And yes, I dropped the max fire resistance from boots and using increased action speed, and also switched the maximum lighting resistance from the helmet to elemental weakness curse effect. And of course I got the barrage fire extra projectile enchantment in the helmet. Also I got an idea, maybe we can drop the critical chance increase from our diamond flask and switch to attack speed as sub mod. The difference is pretty big, so you only will deal more damage. Change the fuel link as well. I added to our main link awakened added cold damage, so we can inflict even higher brittle even on Uber bosses. You can inflict 3%, which is really huge. On normal bosses maybe 5%. Also, I dropped a curse and the power charge from our tree, and finally we can have 2 6 link, so from now our ballista is 6 linked as well. Because of that I dropped 1 damage curse and changed the conductivity to anomalous frostbite. But for bigger boss fight like Cirrus, I switched that curse to enfeeble, because before that the meteor could kill us if rolled a higher damage number. But now if you have that much health as me and the enfeeble on Cirrus, you will 100% survive. But of course you can just do the maze and use the free damage curses, it's up to you. Overall I'm pretty happy about this build turned out. It was really good feeling figuring out what is the best setup and feel the progression. I hope you're seeing this as well. Sadly, next league when the anointment gets nerfed, this build will deal less damage. Till then, enjoy while you can. Like if you hit the like button like the sheep are hitting the elder, so it can start spread to more people. Thank you. I just want to go over the changes in our items, passive tree, and the linked changes. Let's start with the item changes. I crafted a new gloves with new implicit. I bought a fractured base with tier 1 life and used chaos resistance essence till I got the suppression mod. Crafted increased damage during effect because we have always active flask. So this is free damage for us. Physical damage converted to cold damage for the higher brittle effect and gain 1 rage on hit, which is also really good even if you only get a few stack in a boss fight. Crafted a new helmet as well. Bought a hubris base with the barrage enchantment, then spent life essence till I got the chaos resistance roll and crafted fist damage taken as fire and the implicit fist damage taken as lighting. I would like to raise your attention, if you get the vibe there is a unique enemy or pinnacle boss nearby, it will not work on Cyrus when he starting casting the maze ability, so do not use that mod. I found out the hard way. I got 2 new craft on the bow percentage, chance to deal double damage while focused, and the belt, your critical strike chance is lucky while focused. Only changes in our flask setup. On the diamond flask, we will use attack speed with increased charge recovery for 100% uptime. On the passive tree we got 3 changes. The biggest change, we got a little pride timeless javel. We got 2 double damage mode, 1 here on ballistics and 1 on the revenge of the hunted. Worth to mention, I got increased maximum life on charisma node. I paid for this javel 100c, pretty big upgrade for this little investment. We got a new cluster javel with Calamitous, Smite the Weak and Arcing Shot. New Watcher Eye increased attack damage while affected by precision, and we still using fist damage taken as lighting damage while affected by purity of lighting. Changes to our links. Let's start with our main link, Phantasmal Barrage, Trinity, increased critical damage, awakened undead cold damage, elemental damage with attacks, and Mirage Archer. When you doing maps, just swap out the barrage to lightning arrow or ice shot. Which one do you like more? Our second 6-link setup, Barrage, focused ballista, ballista totem, elemental damage with attacks, elemental penetration, increased critical damage support. You could use awakened undead cold damage here as well instead of elemental penetration. New curse setup, Arcanist Brand, Anomalous Frostbite, Elemental Weakness, and Sniper's Mark. When you fighting Agnis Cyrus, I suggest you switch out the Frostbite support to Enfeeble. Also we using Hatred from now within our Divine Blessing setup. So Divine Blessing, Inspiration, and Hatred. By doing maps, you just switch the lifeless to Quicksilver, Petrified Blight to Vitality, and enjoy the fast mapping. I think this build is my build of the league build. I know not that tanky that my Blade Trap Trickster, but I had much more fun with this, and I enjoyed the progression. Maybe I will make a Magic Finder variant from this, but I don't want to promise anything. We will see what's coming next. I hope you enjoyed this video about my uber tanky Pathfinder. I would like to see you Discord as well. We have a small but active community. Check the description for the link. Also, I would like to say thank you to my Patreons for supporting me. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. I was Pidget. See you next time.